Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the Sunday night. No, Sunday night. Sorry, Monday night. I was thinking about Sunday for. Well, I know I was thinking about Sunday because something that I'm probably gonna have to do in about 2 to 3 weeks. I'll probably do a special Sunday night live stream because I will be off air for the most part for 2 weeks almost, or a week and a half, 2 weeks, because I will be, of course, making my way down to LA to visit the one, the only John Dillard. Well, that's not the only reason I'm going there, of course. I will be going for uh Christian Comic Con and staying with the infamous, the famous John Dillard. Hey Aqua, how are you? I hope you are doing fine, my friend. And John Dillard, do we got Chris here? I see his.
I am here.
Okay, okay. I just saw that
I
you're.
switch over to headphones so I can barely hear.
Okay. Make sure. Can everybody hear Chris when he talked there?
You couldn't hear me.
I can hear you just fine myself. But yeah. So what are you drawing up there tonight?
It's actually what I started drawing this morning,
Okay.
and I'm really not sure. It's like a started with like kids being in trouble, and it's just evolving.
Hmm. Looked like some of your
And I'm
stuff.
getting an echo. Let me turn that down. There we go.
It looked like some of your stuff out of Cluster Fudge.
Yeah, it's actually that's actually my go-to style of surrealism. I haven't done it in a while, and this morning I woke up and I just kind of sketched out like all these little things, and I just started rendering them. So I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, Dillard's over on his channel right now and having a closeout stream for the Buckler Canadian Tussle.
That's
So
good.
yeah,
Actually, back that one.
yeah, same here. Uh, it's not normally
I
my style of book.
yeah, it's. I'm not sure what to expect from it, but I'm just like, all right, I'll back it.
Yeah,
It's
just
Dillard.
I did it just because friend and all that. Want to
Yep,
support
happens.
my friends as best as I can. You know.
And it's not like you're not gonna get good work out of them, you know.
Yeah. Now I just got the digital myself.
I think we did too. I'm not sure. No, maybe we bought the book. Maybe we bought the book. I think I
Yeah.
got Melvin's digital. Diana bought that one, but I think she got digital.
Yeah. I'm Well, I went for digital as well on Melvin. Well, but then again, I'm supposed to be getting a copy of the book, all three of them physical for
no, I
hey,
did get Mighty Mascots this weekend.
yeah,
I didn't even know I backed it, and went to the guy's show. He was running, the show that we did this weekend.
yeah,
Comes up with the pack, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this? Do I owe you money or something?" He's like, "No, you backed it." Oh, cool.
yeah.
I forgot.
I think I'm getting that at the end of the month. I've ordered the digital for all 9 books
Yep.
to catch
If you
up.
don't get it, let him know because he's wicked cool. He won't like any
Yeah.
crap or attitude.
Well, he sent me a link or something, or sent me something saying that on, I think it's the 31st. It could be wrong. Might be sooner. I might have to look. That, it's going to be open to download off the Google Drive.
Very cool. Actually, had pizza with that gentleman.
Yeah.
Zamitza in where the heck we were. I think we were in New Hampshire that night.
And Diana said she is listening and watching. Cool, cool, cool.
Welcome, Diana. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, for about the 7th billionth time.
No doubt, no doubt. My face paint stuck all day long. It worked really well. I started asking kids if it was too scary, and I'm going back to the drawing board on a design because they felt it was too scary. Which was cute. Could tell
Now,
they weren't digging it. We were actually in a kids section this time because of Cyclopean. At first, I didn't think I'd like it, and then like after all the sales, I liked it.
yeah, yeah,
They did really well. Um, Diana was just superb, and because the kids were coming by, it was far easier to get sales. Like I thought, I always want to be like an artist alley with Darkest Comics and all those guys, and maybe that's
uh,
not the best place for Cyclopean sometimes.
yeah. Well, not even. Well, that's the first one that I've heard of, quote unquote, a kid section at Comic Con. Usually, it's
Yeah, it was cool too. We were actually uh, right across from Kids Con. They had a huge setup. They were doing like comic book activities, like come make your mask, come draw our page, things like that. And to our right, we had girls selling all sorts of Japanese like baku stuff. And on the left, we had a published author, Colleen. I want to say her name is Vander. I'm not sure. She was really cool. She had written a story for DC, and after everything was said and done, they decided not to publish it.
uh,
So she sat on it. She said for like a year, and then rewrote it with without the DC characters,
yeah.
and she found herself with a hit
Well, that's
for
good.
Random House.
That's cool. Diana says, "Laugh out loud. I had to wrestle with Chewie, as she is rambunctious at the moment."
She had to wrestle with her because I gave up and came on the stream.
Yeah.
Chewie is nuts. If you get to meet her, which I'm sure you will,
Yeah.
she is an absolute like she's a play nut.
Well, obviously, I'm coming down for the 14th as long as nothing changes.
You
Although,
love dogs?
oh yeah.
Good.
Um,
you already got a leg up then, so to speak.
but so it, when I come down, it's all right to get there a day or two before.
Yeah, you'll have to make all the arrangements with Miss Diana, but yeah, I'm sure. I am just the artist. I don't get
Yeah.
to make decisions.
Well, this is yours and her household, of course. That's you know
Yeah, no, I'm
we
playing, but
yeah, because I believe you guys said you're gonna give me a place to stay while down there.
I don't know. I see. That's how I stay out of trouble, Rick. I just go, did she? What'd she say? Uh,
And of
my
course
favorite way.
she's listening, so she could respond to any of this at any moment.
She could, but she may actually be wrestling again. Like Chewie will come up
Yeah.
and demand, like you grab her bone or her towel or whatever she has in
Yeah.
her mouth. If you
Uh,
don't, she actually hits you with it.
well,
She'll headbutt you with the thing in her mouth until
Diana
you play with it.
Diana says yes, Rick. That is fine.
See that?
She said it in the chat. So
That's how I stay out of trouble, man. Just
yeah,
wait for her.
yeah. Most of the time,
You
that's the
guys who
way.
aren't married, you'll learn someday if you get married. Happy wife is the happy life thing. So true.
Yeah. Why are you streaming over my clothes out of the buckler? Guess who lost their guest room? Says Dylan. Because this is I normally go on Monday nights at 8 o'clock, and then at
And
10.
we already backed it.
Yeah.
You can't possibly bring in more sales. We
Mallet.
could if we bought more books.
Hey, Mallet, can I have the room? Asked Mallet. And Metal's thinking. And then Dylan says yes to Mallet. Well, I'd say I can bring my tent. I can just sleep in the backyard in a tent. I'm fine with that.
All right, Dillard's house or mine?
Dillard.
I'm like, what are you talking about, dude?
I'd be fine with that with your place too. I can bring a tent, although it just means X.
Backyard's insane. Done that before though. My family came up and they were huge. They ended up camping out in my backyard. I have stuff buried back there that they left. I don't even know where it is.
I'm sure Demo Diana will find out.
She knows there's stuff back there. I don't think she can find it either.
Or, or,
Maybe she could if maybe we got like a metal detector or something.
or is Demo Diana retired after hurting her foot?
She's on temporary hiatus, but she'll be back. Well, she's been working the whole time, Rick. She doesn't tell me, but she does all sorts of things. Like she's still supposed to be taking it relatively easy, not like wimpy, but came home today and she put up a whole new section of fence by herself. And he's sort of sore now, but she's managing because that's what she does. She'll tell me she's not as bad as she is.
Diana says, laugh out loud. I will figure it out. Yeah, I'm gonna try and see whether I can get my artist for Canadian Shield 2 to come over for the day or whatever. I'll see whether he might want to come.
Where's he at?
He's in Springfield, Massachusetts.
No kidding.
So I told him that I'm going to be there in Athol on the 14th. Or I think that they said the 14th. I'm getting the date for yours confused with a lot of times with the date for the one in September, Alpha Omega Con. For like,
You don't feel bad. I get it confused too.
Like I mean, like like I know it's the 16th in September, but somehow I'm thinking it's the 16th in October for your guys'.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's right, Rick.
Yeah.
You sure it's not the 16th?
Yeah, I know. I am getting it straight that it's the 14th. Diana says, laugh out loud. Actually, I installed a 6x8 fence panel today and stained it. Laugh out loud. No, I did not video it, she says.
Oh, because she was limping around and didn't want me to have video evidence of it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's how she does it, man. She'll be hurt and she'll tell us, all her entire family, she'll tell us, oh yeah, I'm going to take it easy today. Uh-huh. Sure you are. Come home for lunch. The yard's, in reconstruction mode. She's out there and just going, oh yeah, just a little bit. Uh-huh.
She says Saturday, the October 14th from 10 to 3. Yeah, and the thing that I want to make sure I try and bring, I found on Amazon, I'm going to have to buy it for like $55 plus tax and delivery and all that. They have something that I think will fit my Canadian Shield standee, because I'd like to. It'd be nice if our booths could be beside each other, and in between them we can have Canadian Shield and Cyclopean standing together.
Yeah, I might have to buy a new one. Diana wants to use the old one, but I'm so picky. I can't see the chat. She's probably telling me to kiss her butt. We're going to use that old one, Chris.
Not yet. She's not yet. She hasn't said that. But I would really suggest getting the indoor one. If you do it again, get it made out of the better material than you did the first one. If you get a new one, I think it's worth a couple extra bucks.
I don't even know what we paid for ours. Should.
Yeah, and
the big step. Try to start coloring it. I'm gonna have to do flats and then do special effects. This won't get done tonight, but it's been a nice distraction for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed a break from the book. I'm on page 20 of issue 6, so I'm way ahead of where I wanted to be. So it's good news.
Well, if you
what's that?
I was gonna say, if you actually need a distraction, I could set you up with doing a book. For,
Well, the good thing about this is it's not a whole book. I was like, it was literally it started off as like just a crappy little sketch,
yeah.
and
Well,
I started rendering it, and I was like, oh, this could be fun.
what I'm talking about is not for my next campaign. The campaign after, where I'm gonna have 4 books. Uh, I'm trying to.
What are you gonna do? Run the old ones and new ones at the same time?
Well, obviously I'll have available, any books that I've done before on the campaign.
Right.
Um, just so I can send everything at once. People getting, but no, like my fourth campaign, if you will, or Cross Comics Phase 4 will be Canadian Shield 4, Snowdrift 3, Flame 2, and then Insecto 1.
Ooh.
So I am trying to work on getting people set up for those 4 books, you know. So, that's going to be a while for it need to be done, so, you'd have time to do it a little bit.
If I'm available, I'll think about it. But the thing is, we may have struck gold with Cyclopean. The support we got
Yeah.
uh, kind of blew me away. I don't know where it's headed. Like it's truly bizarre.
Yeah.
Um, these guys, ah, they're crazy. We got over $1,000 stretch goal today,
Oh, that's
and I'm
cool.
just like, they're out there pushing it, man.
Yeah, and
Crazy.
of course tomorrow night you guys are on my show. But I'm just like,
And then
yeah,
Wednesday night we have a closeout stream. I've got to come up with a, even though we're not going to hit it, I've got to have a $2,000 stretch goal. I haven't posted anything yet.
well,
I really didn't think we'd make the 1,000.
maybe go 1,500 and then 2,000.
But I want to make it so they can't reach it. I'm afraid these guys will go out and start pulling a
Yeah,
grandmother and
but
put
you
back
want
it.
to know something? Make it so you can't reach it. Just make it sure it's something that maybe at most it's going to take $100 out of your profits.
We're doing profit wise. We've ended up doing pretty well because we've had some donations. Everything's been just shocking. Like we just
Yeah, but
anytime we think we've seen it all, somebody
yeah,
does something and makes us go, "What?"
yeah. Well, I get that you're probably doing well because of just donations, um, as well. But I'm just thinking, for you, if you're doing a stretch goal, you want to make sure it doesn't, especially if you're going like from 1,000 to 500, you want to make sure it doesn't take, you know, most of your profits, or,
I mean,
to,
the item itself.
yeah,
Well, that's something like Diana and I have been talking about because it's easy to forget that whatever you promise goes to every single backer. Like you're pulling up to your goal and you're like, yeah, da, da, da. We've talked about doing like little promos for shows and stuff. I was like, no, no, that's how you get swamped with secret costs that you never thought about,
yeah,
The
like,
plan and just promote. Sometimes that's hard though. Sometimes,
yeah,
you get caught up in your campaign and it's like,
yeah, you're
I've
at,
I've never done it, but I know you can make promises that get yourself burned later. Not you personally, but people doing it.
yeah. So you got 22 backers at the moment, like, so that's pretty good with 2 days to go.
It's
And yeah,
shocking with 2 days to go.
yeah. And that's only on a 20-day campaign. Imagine if you would have done the 30 or the 60.
Well, I'm glad I didn't, only because I'd have to sit through all that.
Yeah, but
Like,
if you're getting more stuff done,
well, I'm doing the issue 6, and I want to get that out. I'm
uh,
hoping by October, if not, definitely December. I mean, December is going to be really doable,
yeah. Well, December I'm planning on launching my campaign for
right?
Canadian Shield 3, Snowdrift 2, and Flame 1.
And is yelling at Chewie.
Uh,
Louis wants to go out again, and she's telling her no.
yeah, Diana's like, be right back. Chewie needs out. And hey, Mike, how are you doing? Mike says,
But
hey guys, dropping in to like, share, and say hi. Hey, Chris,
how
you
are
all
you?
could have come on last night and promote it.
You know, last night we were dead to the world. Hang on a second. Fan is dead. Come on, fan. There we go. All right, I'm back.
You're back.
No, last night we were dead to the world. We actually crashed out. Been nice though.
Yeah, yeah, and of course I'll be pick. You'll have everybody's out. I'll be picking mine up on the 14th or whatever, a couple days, the 10th or the 12th, something like that. The 12th or whatever when I get down there.
We're actually I may be making a trip out to Mantown to deliver books, which could
Man,
be a lot of
Mantown.
yes. Mantown is the group of guys that really made Cyclopean jump this campaign.
It well,
we
it
will,
is there an actual city or whatever in Massachusetts
no, no,
called Mass?
no. It's like a club of guys that do stuff together, um, and they just started getting involved, and I was like, "Whoa, look at this!"
Oh, that's good. That's good.
They're local, so like no, they're not CG or online.
Yeah.
Uh, it's it was surprising. We weren't expecting it, so it was like, okay, let's do this. uh, get that messy coloring. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We now need to.
You back on the multiple shields today?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing for right now. When I and I'm repositioning everybody as I did my first pass, got everybody in there sort of all right, and now I'm going through it a second time, redoing it, and then with what I've done before, moving them over or whatever to get a little bit more space, make things look better drawn. Although I look at the American Shields and his boot that is, or leg that is right next to Canadian Shields is a bit off, or it might be the one that's further away from him. One of them's off compared to the other.
Well, that's the good thing about digital. You can move it around and mess with it and see what you want to change or keep or
Yeah, but I'm gonna try and get this all in there before I mess with anything. I might mess with his foot after I get everything in there, because I got to re-put in the Hawaiian Shield. Because
Hawaii's having it rough right now.
yeah, I heard.
Crazy stuff.
Because first we got Hawaii, I got last week I got Canadian Shield in there second time, although he's not quite as big as he needs to be. He's actually, I probably need to make him slightly bigger because the what's his name there, the American Shield is a little too close to his height. Either that or I end up need to make American Shield shorter.
So, are they all wearing their own countries? Are they wearing their countries' suits that were designed like to emulate Shield or
Well, yeah,
the
to emulate.
Canadian thing?
Well, they all have their most of them, I should say, have a flag type um, motif for their country of origin,
Right.
or
Right.
what they're supposed to be a shield for. Hawaii, I'm not sure. I think I incorporated part of Hawaii stuff on the shield thing that I created on his chest. I think he's about the only one that is not going to have. Well, obviously, he's not going to have a state's theme because that's, for American Shield.
Right.
Uh, at most, he would have the Hawaiian flag, some sort of Hawaiian flag motif, but I don't think I quite did that. Um, I did, like, he's supposed to be wearing a grass skirt and stuff like that. He's supposed to look like a native of Hawaii. you know,
Ah.
you know, just some stereotypical Hawaiian stuff. I guess is the best way I would think it, say it. Although I'm not sure whether I drew this before it came out, but I gave him the hook like the one guy has in Moana. The god in Moana does.
Okay. Is that from a comic or just mythology?
I don't know for sure. Well, you've seen the. Have you seen the? Well, you probably haven't because I believe it's Disney. You stay away from Disney.
Yeah, I avoid Disney pretty much.
But
What was it?
oh well, the movie Moana, right? Um, you know about that
I
movie at
haven't
least.
seen it. Oh no, I don't even know about the movie. Thought you might be going for Stitch.
No, no, no. It's I know they're supposed to be. I think it's one of the Hawaiian gods in that. It's supposed to be set that way.
Oh,
It's actually pretty good. I think you would actually like that from Disney.
who makes it?
Well, like I said, I think it's Disney.
Oh, they make movies now? I
this
thought they were all about amusement parks.
this I think was before they started completely getting woke.
Actually, before they got super woke, I liked them. Even until Captain Marvel really
Yeah,
or
I'm
DC,
pretty sure.
their
I think this was out before Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel they shoehorned her in and kind of it's almost like they set a precedence. After that, all the Marvel movies started going downhill, except for Guardians, which is weird.
Yeah, Moana was 2016, so maybe it was just after.
About the same time, but not. Yeah. Still, that's still not. It's not Marvel, so it's different.
Yeah,
Marvel is just their own special screwy.
yeah. On the plot is on the Polynesian island of Motunui. The inhabitants worship the the goddess of nature Te Fiti, a living island who's brought life to the ocean long ago using the Pawana stone as her heart
Oh
and
yeah.
source of power. In Maui, the trickster, shape-shifting demigod of the wind and sea and master of wayfinding, steals the heart to give humanity the power of creation. This causes
That was
Tifiti to
deadly.
disintegrate Maui and is attacked by Tikea, a volcanic demon who loses both his heart and his magic fish hook. So he has like a giant magic fish hook, and he's
And he lost it.
yeah, and I'm not sure whether how he lost it or whatever, but he's voiced by The Rock.
Ah, I have heard it now that you mentioned The
Oh,
Rock. I haven't heard a
oh,
lot of
oh,
it,
oh.
but I
Yeah,
heard of it.
The Rock is Dwayne Johnson, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not sure when I created this. I might have given this guy that based on the fish hook, the giant fish hook.
I'd just say they stole it from you.
Well,
Then
he's
they'll
a,
probably
this guy's not supposed to be, that god or anything. So the fact that he has a giant fish hook that he uses to fight somewhat,
isn't that big of a deal?
I wouldn't think so. You know, I'll probably end up using it somewhat of a cross between a katana sword, a fish hook, maybe a cane.
Very cool. Giving my fingers a few seconds of break. So I
Uh,
started this thing, I don't know, about 4 o'clock this morning. And to work about 7. Then when I got back at about 4, I started it again about 5.
uh,
So my hand's been scraping away.
yeah.
I know, like, it would be better if I waited for the drawstring, but I'd have nothing done.
Well, yeah.
It's like,
Well, that's the thing is you don't have to wait for the drawstring to draw something necessarily.
I think it's
Um,
more fun that way, but it's also, more fun
yeah,
this way
yeah.
to
Well,
come and like start coloring and stuff.
yeah. Well, for this, take for example, I started a few weeks ago, right? So,
Right, that's true.
and every week I'm just adding to it, but you want that done in a certain amount of time. So yeah, maybe next week you're doing something different, but that's fine. It's
Yeah,
just a
next week I should be finishing up on Cyclopean 16, Cyclopean 6 next week on. I'll probably be doing it on the stream.
well, cool.
It'll be close. Uh, I'm excited because there's a lot of stuff happening story wise in issues 5 and 6. It should get me into a good place with the character. Dun, 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 dun.
Uh,
Oh, little boy.
Diana says, I was out. Mike and Chris was sleeping, laugh out loud. But thank you so much for the invite.
What's she talking about?
Oh, probably with, oh,
With Mike. With Mike.
yeah, yeah, Mike
Mike.
Wall.
Yeah. Yep. I forgot she actually went to a show. I was asleep. Forgot about that. Hey. But I don't do like theater and stuff usually unless it's good. But from what I hear, what they saw last night was okay.
They were out to a movie. What did you go see? Or by theater, do you mean movie theater or?
Oh, they went to like a community theater thing.
Oh, okay.
I stayed home and just like chilled, drew, played video games, fell asleep. Asleep was the best part. I think she did it for one of the girls' birthday, to be honest. It's like a gift. All right. So Dillard met his goal, right? He met it like quick
Oh,
because it was a logo.
yeah, but he didn't get as high as he would have wanted. But I think that's because he did it more when it started out. People are getting higher stuff, and Some of them are. It's hard to tell whether they got it there or because some of them are tagging it with their Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Right. Well, that's one thing I'm gonna do though myself. We're gonna stay pretty consistent and stay with my comic for a while exclusively.
Yeah, because it seems like you're doing the best that you've done through with them.
Right. It worked. It worked. So I'm like, yep, we'll stay. Thank
And
you.
now it's a question of, like you said, you had some locals really starting to support you. So it could be because of that, or it could be because,
It's definitely because of that. The question is it sustainable?
yeah,
And that's gonna come down to whether or not they're interested enough to come back for six.
yeah,
So I think it's a great issue. I think they will come back, but you know how that goes. You never know.
yeah. Diana says, planetarium. It was called Mesmerica. It was a visual art music show. Cool, cool. It was to celebrate all the July birthdays. So you have a lot of
Wasn't
people.
very good though, right, Diana?
So you have a
That's
lot
me
of
being
people
funny.
in your family with July birthdays.
Yeah, on her side we do. Yes, we do. In fact, it might be called a conspiracy. No winter birthdays. Why is that? It's actually a standing joke with my boy. He was born in January, so all his parties are kind of old inside, not a lot of fun.
She
And my
says that
daughter,
she says it was awesome. They have three birthday. You guys have three birthdays in July, or three people with
yeah,
birthdays in July.
sounds
Cool.
about right. And of course, they're all cool. You know, having relatives is nice, and they're nice people. And happy birthday, everybody! I think we already celebrated them, and this was like an extended gift. Sure hope so. Otherwise, I missed all their birthdays.
Well, she said it was for July, and this is almost the end of August.
Yeah, I'm pretty. That's what I mean. I'm pretty sure it was like a belated gift. Like the show was when it is, and that's just how it was. You know what I mean?
Uh, uh,
That's when they had to
J-
go.
JR's here. It says Winter Nookie only. Winter Nookie only family. Diana says actually we have four in July. Our grandson is July too.
Oh, yes, that's right. Forgot about that. It's a newcomer, so it's easy to forget.
Yeah. Diana says January. I guess that's for your son.
Anyways, for Jace, yeah.
Yeah. Diana says yes. Laugh out loud. OMG. Uh, and January says no nookie in warm weather. Yeah. Maybe there is.
Depends on how persistent one might be.
Type, says Diana. Typo above. What's the typo above? Saying January? Our grandfather.
Did she respond?
Oh, is July 2. Oh. Where has Terry been? I don't know. As you may have saw, Diana, I put in the message thing in Facebook reminders for about today. So I try and do it
Hope
every
it's all
week.
right.
Yeah, I try and do it every week. I think of more of Chris when I do it, but
I've been pretty consistent now.
yeah, you're getting there.
I got the hang of it.
Although I'm gonna throw you off in uh, September because there's gonna be 2 weeks in a row that I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, that'll throw me off. My aspiness will kick in. Oh, where the hell is it? I even named all these layers, and now I'm having a problem finding one. There they are.
because
Uh,
I think it's the 11th, September 11th. Funny enough. I'm going to be heading on my way to Dillard's, and then the 18th, I'm going to be heading back to Hamilton.
oh,
So we won't be able
Hamilton
to
has
do.
a hockey team.
Well, we have a AAA hockey team,
Uh,
not an NHL. They've won it one,
I-
and I think we had one long time ago.
that's why I was mentioning. I thought you did too. I didn't realize it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah. Well, we have a bunch of we have one or two AAA teams or double A or whatever. We actually, I'm not sure whether we still do, but we have even I think it's a AAA baseball team too.
Shit, I didn't know that. Canadians, man, you're invading all the sports.
Oh, we've had it for years. It's the minors for the Cardinals.
Hey, blame Canada.
It's the Hamilton Redbirds. Hey, good night, Spoon. Dinah said yes to something again with this 8 o'clock nonsense. Yes, good night, Spoon. Almost every Monday night at 8 o'clock for an hour, or usually an hour, depending on what happens. An hour and a half at the most. I will be doing this Monday night draw stream with Chris and whatever other artist that wants to show up on the stream. Dillard is not going to be here this week because, well, Dillard is closing out his stream closing out his campaign for Fun My Comic for Canadian Tussle over on his stream.
And if y'all haven't backed it, you might want to consider it. It's going, gone, and it's great. For adults only.
Oh, which reminds me, for anybody that wants the coloring book that I put out, I've now put it up for digital sale on my website. So you can, purchase it digitally and then, comes and get it in a PDF and then, print off the pages 2 or 3 times or whatever amount of times to color them in or color them digitally.
If I have a classroom of 50 kids, am I allowed to make 50 copies?
Yeah, I don't care.
That's actually a real question I've heard before. Licensing in schools are so restrictive sometimes. That can be a selling point.
Yeah, I don't care about that because, you buy it, you've bought the PDF. You have to spend the money to print it. So, I'm not spending the money to print it. So
I've always felt like if it's like, especially something like a coloring book, if it gets the characters in the kids' hands, it's pretty much worth it.
yeah, especially for us, no-namers.
Right. And especially just for a coloring book, it's not like you're giving out, or state of the art issue or whatever, even though that's not a bad way to promote either, but
Yeah. It doesn't hurt me, you know,
just found everybody loves free books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give them away, they love them.
Yeah. It's not like many people are going to, buy, 50 copies or 40 copies or whatever number of copies just so they can print up a bunch of pages,
Right.
like that for a coloring book or whatever. And it's not like, frankly, if it's digital type thing, it's not like anybody would ever know.
Right. Dog is ringing her bell and it's going to get mad.
Good Night Spoon says, Good Night Spoon says, JP sent me a coloring book that I attempted to color a couple weeks ago. Was that the Cult of Raven one? or the Halloween one, I should say. Okay, later, Diana. Diana
Night,
says
Diana.
it
Means I'll
was.
see her soon. She's probably coming up to find Chewy, who rang the bell but is now sitting with me. She's up here looking for Chewy. Chewy didn't want to go out. Chewy just wanted attention. She's mad.
Yeah. Well, if
Listen
I
to her.
yeah, if I'm right, if I remember right, you do have a drawing in there. Good night, Spoon, or somebody drew you, or drew somebody else there that we knew that think was a relative of yours or something. Some guy that was
Wife or
really
something.
some guy that was really into mummies. He really wanted his mummy. And Mike says, "Hey all, when you're done here, I invite you to everybody come get a dose of nightly niche news over on the mic stand."
Ooh, yeah.
I reworded that slightly, but oh yeah, he said get a nightly dose of your niche news tonight. That's my uncle. It says good night, Spoon. Uh,
Good night, Spoon's your uncle?
no, no, there was a guy that was on this channel called Evan von Scriver.
Oh.
Or the no, is there was Evan von Scriver, there was another one too. Forget the other one. Great.
Oh, the girls are in trouble. You thought they would go outside.
Oh,
They
oh,
didn't
oh,
do
I know.
anything.
Evan Hotep. Evan Hotep. He was the mummy
Why does
one.
that name sound familiar?
Well,
That name sounds real familiar.
There's an Egyptian god, Hotep or something like that, I think.
Ah, yes, yes.
He Evan von Scriver Goodnight says that's not my uncle. Uh, but the other one he said worked at Evan Hotep. Said that's he worked at Nintendo, and that he never met Evan von Scriver, and that he sounds like a nut. And then he says that's my uncle for Evan Hotep. But yeah, a drawing was done in the Halloween one of what Evan Hotep might look like. Actually,
Ooh.
Evan Hotep also inspired a creature-based team that I was going to come up with. I just don't know where it is. Let's see. I don't I forget what I called them too. So again, it's like I, might be even hard to look them up too. Try and find them on my thing.
Any luck?
I'm just trying to think while I'm doing this what I called.
Ah.
Unfortunately, this what happens when you create so many characters. Sometimes you lose track of them. You should call them a graveyard mash. Oh, Dinah says, "Oh, she is full of it tonight. She rings the bell and runs. She wants me to go to
Yep.
bed now. Laugh out loud.
Yep. That's what she was doing, honey. I tried to tell you.
Sounds
Came
like
in here and was.
she's training you well.
She's really a great dog, but she is a pain in the butt like that.
My question is, it seems to be who. It's a question of who is training who here. You tried to train her for the bell to go outside. Now she's trained you with the bell.
Oh yeah. Belle is ridiculous. Protested the bell and I lost. She uses the bell. She will signal when she's got to go pee with it. She'll use it if she wants to go out, if she wants attention, if she wants to play, if she wants to irritate you. You know what I mean? She knows it does other things. Oh,
Yeah, and
yes.
she can use it for some of the other stuff, like especially going out, because you guys don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, shoot. All right, what happened to all my shading? I lost something there. Oh. Okay. Oh.
You know what? I'm gonna search for it just as I've been. You should call them Graveyard Smash. Yeah, I read that already. Are you playing on what's his name? Um Graveyard Shift. Mail-in?
Who, you?
No, Goodnight Spoon.
Ah,
For a name for my thing. My
gotcha.
my monster team. Universal Monster Team. No, it's the Monster Mash. Oh, so you're just playing on the song. It was a Monster Mash.
Yeah, it was a graveyard smash. Caught on in a flash. No,
I
the
did not know.
monster match.
Oh, I did not know those parts of the lyrics of the song. I just know the. I've
May have
heard
seen
the.
an episode or two.
I've seen it a few times before, or heard it a few times before, but
It was actually I wasn't a huge fan of the show myself, but it was big in my family. It was always if it was on, somebody had to watch it.
what? You
Okay.
talking the Adams Family or whatever?
Yeah, and the Munsters, both of them.
Yeah, but that song, although maybe inspired by one of them too when it was written, I don't sure for sure I can't say. Um, but I don't think it was ever played on either of those shows.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
They like started a whole resurgence, almost a new genre, like comedy horror characters.
Now let's see. Monster Mash. Okay. It came out in 62. Was recorded in May of 62. Was released August 25th of 1962.
It wasn't on any of those shows, I bet.
Yeah, let's see. Monsters. Yeah, well, it definitely could have inspired the Monsters because that was a TV series from 1964 to 1966.
Wonder if it did. Wouldn't surprise me, but I didn't know that either way.
Oh wow. That's whack too. And the original Adams Family was also from 1964 to 1966.
That is crazy, isn't it? They came out so close together.
Yeah, and they lasted about the same time.
It's almost a conspiracy.
Well, probably one studio found out one was making this, monster comedy, and so the other tried to follow suit.
Bet. Cheap bastards.
Goodnight Spoon says, I think there was a short film around the song, I think. Well, that could be too. But the question is, when did the short film come out? And I guess I could look that up, but I might in a bit. I'm just not going to do it right this second. No, you know what? Let me look that up. Okay, it's just getting to me. Monster Mash, also known as Monster Mash the movie, and The Frankenstein Sings, is a 1995 musical comedy horror film written and directed by Joel Cohen, Alex Singh. So, like 30 years after the song was written.
Wow.
I think we should talk about something that's a little closer to the film's release or the song's release.
Like what?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm stretching.
Although I think I'll go look up Monster Mash. Monster Mash.
So they did the mash. They did the Monster Mash. And then they made a movie 30 years later. Sounds funny to me. Something's fishy.
Oh, it's probably something official, the 30 years later.
40 years have passed. They return from the grave. Kill you. Dun 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 dun. We not.
Yeah, I can't see anything about video and all that or whatever. I'm not reading a lot there.
I didn't even know there was a movie. Shows you how lame I can be. Ooh la la, nurse, what's in your hand? It's a vaccine, my friend. See what I mean about child endangerment?
I've never seen Monster Squad, Rick. I don't think I have either. I've heard about it actually. Not sure whether I saw it or not.
All right, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think they might have had a Saturday morning cartoon treatment. You know how they did that with movies, Ghostbusters and other, I don't know, movies. I
Yeah,
thought I remember Monster Squad from something like that.
yeah.
It's possible I'm thinking of some other stupid series that has nothing to do with it, but they were trying to rip it off, you know? Saturday morning did a lot of ripping off.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was good, sometimes it wasn't.
So it's 9 o'clock. I know we both probably go for who knows how long. But
Do
I
have to go to bed soon, but
yeah,
yes, I understand. It's
yeah,
getting to that hour threshold.
yeah. Well, it is at the hour threshold, but the thing is, like yeah, like I said, I want to myself try and keep this about the hour because that's what we were doing it when we were doing it started
Yeah,
at
that makes
first.
sense.
You know,
I can finish this maybe. Well, I'll probably finish it before next week, but if I don't, I can work on it more.
yeah, whichever way.
Yeah, it's getting there. I gotta do a lot more flatting before I do more shading, but it's fun, man.
Yeah. But of course, you will be on tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Eastern
That's
as
right.
we talk to you and Diana about
Great
reconciliation.
Cyclopean.
Yes, the Great Cyclopean number 5. So that'll be good
Ah,
talking to you guys about that. Introducing you guys to maybe some new people and what you guys are doing there. And if people want to check out my website. I've got some new stuff up there, T-shirts and all that that people can buy. Um,
what's the address for your site, Rick?
crosscomics.ca.
CA.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
See.
help you here. Very cool. Sorry, I'm bad
Yeah.
at this.
So, I got like a couple characters done here. I got almost the Hawaiian Shield done. Next week I should have Hawaiian Shield done and maybe get into another character. But I will be back on in an hour, folks, or just under an hour because I'll be starting at 10. And right now, everyone go check out Mike's show, the Mike Stand.
Mike Stand.
Yes, it's a good source of niche news, and he he maybe takes some time to interact with the audience, but he does try to interact with the audience. That's the only thing that
Right.
Mike needs to improve his show is to be able to interact with the audience sooner, you know, when they're coming up on a thing. They say something, but
Yeah.
especially when it's dealing with an article that he's reading, you know.
All right, so I'm gonna head over there and at least watch it for a little bit.
Okay.
Ah, I'll
So
see you there.
and remember everybody, like, share, subscribe and all that, and we'll catch you in hopefully about an hour.